Is spread betting for you? Should you get involved in spread betting? It's a big question to ask yourself. Before deciding, it's always wise to weigh up the risks and benefits. Spread betting is simple to understand, but definitely not suited to everybody's needs. For instance, if you're an investor interested in the long game, that's holding for periods over 6 months, then I wouldn't say spread betting was the ideal investment medium. This is because when holding spread betting positions over long time horizons, the commissions for rolling future positions can add up with time. On the other hand, if you are interested in more frequent trading or exploring new markets like commodities or currencies, or taking advantage of falling prices, trading off bad news for example, then spread betting could be just the thing for you. Just remember that it is easy to lose more than your initial margin deposit if the market doesn't behave in the way that you expected. So, the main ways to know if you could be suited to spread betting are if you can cope with taking risk, having enough free capital that you'd be able to risk to make potential gains, and perhaps most importantly, you need to be interested and understand the stock markets. Likewise, some obvious points that show that you'd be unsuitable for spread betting are if you're averse to taking financial risks, or if your financial security would be affected by any losses incurred. While spread betting, you must remain cool and emotionally unattached, and this even applies when facing hard losses. You must keep your emotions under check because expectations don't always live up to reality. Here are just a few examples of how expectations and reality may differ. You might expect that spread bets are easy to trade and require little effort, but actually they need to be monitored regularly. You might also think that spread bets generate high returns, but often you'll suffer many losses which will counterbalance the wins. Lastly, that trading spread bets is similar to online share trading. While this is true, the nature and risks involved are really quite different. The problem is that trading is really about mindset, and people tend to forget this. Don't trade when you're stressed or in a desperate need to make profit. Trust me, you will be playing with fire. Remember also that throughout life, most of us associate excitement as a good feeling, but if you apply this to trading, it will only lead to disaster. I spread bet to try and make some additional income. I take no thrill in it whatsoever. Of course, it's nice to make a gain, but you need to remove all emotions from every trade as much as possible. For example, people tend to mistake fast-moving markets for profitable ones. However, more often than not, if a trade is already moving, it is too late. Beginner traders tend to jump in on these moves, only for the markets to reverse and immediately run them into a loss. The answer is to look for potential trades that are close to breaking out and enter for a low-risk, high-reward entry following an initial pullback. Who shouldn't spread bet? Anybody who doesn't have the time to follow markets and follow trades every day, especially if one is day trading. And nobody should spread bet with their entire life savings. Put aside some money as a starting pot and get on with it. But don't bet with your life savings, or even worse, credit. Overall, you're going to be well suited to spread betting if you don't mind following your system plan and strategy and do it trade after trade, day after day. You see, good trading is boring trading. After all, you don't trade for fun, you trade for a living. And if you've got the patience and the mental perseverance, and more importantly, the spare capital, then I would say you are a good candidate for spread betting. You would do well to consider it as a tool in your trading arsenal, with potential for leveraged returns with good effect.